It feels really flattering. It's nice to be recognised for the things that I've done. It's been a long time since I graduated. It feels that way, but yeah, I think it's really flattering. I guess the story was loosely based on my own experience as a musician and wanting to see sort of narratives that centred an Asian woman, because it's something I haven't seen when I was growing up, and so it was important for me to write a story where other Asian women can be seen and centred. And yeah, the reception of it has been quite flattering. I didn't expect so many women to come to the story and really embrace it. And I feel like in today's cultural climate, for people to embrace a book, a fiction book, is quite extraordinary, since we have so many other mediums of entertainment, you know. So yeah, it's been really lovely. I feel like most of the novels and the movies that I consumed as a teenager were just like, it's always centered the man, and if it was a woman, it was always a white woman. And so like the cultural narratives were so it was really just showing one particular type of existence, and that was universalized. And so everyone who falls outside of those identities, they don't see themselves, and so they don't recognize their own significance. Like, we don't have stories that, you know, celebrate disabled people or trans people, you know, people on the margins. And so those people feel like there's an invisibility to that, I guess, and that invisibility then falls, like, kind of trickles down into your self-value. You know, if you don't consume stories that are about you, you feel like you're not important innately, which I think is really damaging. I remember as a kid reading Looking for Alibrandi, and that was a story about a young Italian girl, teenager, and I'm not Italian, but like even that, her story as a migrant, you know, really resonated with me. It's so important that people see themselves in whatever sort of entertainment they consume, because it kind of just like helps you see the importance of your own existence in the world. I used to be someone who was like frantically fishing for advice from older people, because I thought if I took their words of wisdom, I would avoid the sort of mistakes that they've made. But I realized actually that the things that have changed me the most were mistakes that I've made on my own terms, and it was nothing that someone else could have saved me from. I think it's great to sort of just walk your own path and not try and just like do your own thing, and then if you make a mistake, those are the things that are most valuable in sort of building your character and making you a stronger person. I think uncertainty is something that the wider world tells you not to feel. Like, you know, you're supposed to be 18 and be certain what you want to do for the rest of your life. I was never someone like that. You know, the decision to marry someone, you know, you're supposed to be certain about that. Like, I feel like all our lives are mandated through this worshipping of this idea of certainty. And I think I'd like to live in a world where uncertainty is embraced, because I think the smartest people I've met in my life are people who are deeply uncertain about a lot of things. And I think that's like a more compassionate way of living, when you're uncertain about your own life. And, you know, not being sure about things is, I think, quite conducive to making better decisions, because you're open to possibilities. I think when you're young, you just want to be cool and like hang out with friends all the time. And young people have this like petrifying fear of being alone. So like you're always with someone. And I think when you're always with someone, you don't allow your own mind to speak, or like you don't allow your own heart to listen to what you really want. So I think it's really important to like set time out for yourself and embrace that loneliness, embrace that uncertainty, because a lot of good can come out of that.